There was a recent announcement of, a pause on student visa appointment. As I speak with you now, on Wednesday, there was a communication that the pause has been lifted. Now, prior to that, if you are trying to schedule a visa appointment in Ghana, there were no dates available in the calendar. That notwithstanding, this has been a challenge since the COVID era, where there has been several backlogs. That shouldn't scare you. If you're working on the process, all you need to do is to be positive about what you're working on. There has never been instances where somebody, pay the visa application fee for like 3 or 6 months without getting a date. What I've rather noticed is that some people are very unprepared when they finally get a date. So they were so fixated on, there are no dates available on the calendar. I'm not getting date. It's been hectic, and then they either be in a rush to go to a country which will be very expensive for them to travel to. So I know some people go to Mozambique, South Africa, even UAE, Liberia, and all that. Ivory Coast, Togo, Abidjan, the neighboring countries, some people have been going there for interviews. Unfortunately, going to such places may be a little bit expensive. So proud to the announcement that there will be a pause on the student visa. There were no dates available in the Avids portal in the calendar, which is absolutely fine because it has been happening and yet people have been able to secure a date. So now that there's a left, there will continue to be, the embassy will continue to release dates, from time to time. What you have to do is that continue joining mock platforms. There are several WhatsApp platforms where the individuals who are preparing for the same visa interview continuously meet. The Fred Effect team has one which has been in existence for more than half a decade now, and we have continuously have that opportunity to assist thousands of people to prepare for the visa interview. There's a free WhatsApp platform where if you send us a message on Instagram, we'll be able to add you to it if you are preparing for your visa interview. So the most important thing is to prepare for your interview so that if you get a date tomorrow, you'll be able to go. You understand? If you are working on your DS1s, to make sure that somebody reviews it for you. If you are preparing, it's okay to prepare on your own, watch videos, experiences of other people who have been through. And that's what we do on this platform, that I bring individuals who have been through the process so that they share their experience, their journey, and you'll be able to learn from what they've been through. It makes your process quite easier. The name is The Fred Effect. This is the biggest study abroad content platform. We are live on YouTube. We are live on X, on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and is a weekly podcast that we do. It's called the Steady Abroad Podcast. I bring people who have been through the process, and they will share with you their journey, their experiences, the scholarships they are on, the schools they are studying, and the universities they apply to. Sometimes this may be the first time you are hearing about some of these universities. And yesterday I posted that with the coming year, there are a lot of universities that you could apply for free. So if you are underrating your academic credentials, you have a low CGP, you have a D7 or E8. My point is that no need putting money to pay application fee. Why don't you try some of these free universities that you don't have to pay an application fee to apply to, and see if you are even going to get admission in the first place? Let me bring my guest on and then we get started. Hi, salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So,
That's what
Fatia, the interesting thing is that I have a Muslim family. When I was done with high school, the my godfather, more or less, like, he's the one that made things happen for me. Alhaji Al Hassan. He took care of me through university for free. So
nice.
I'm used to the Muslim prayer. All my sisters are Muslim, so yeah, I don't joke with Muslims, not at all.
Just convert. Just convert. That's Muslim name.
Yeah. So let's begin. In terms of the interview, during your time, was it like this? Did you easily get it? Did you go for it in another country? What did you do?
No. So first of all, my whole application process was handled by an agency, more
Okay.
or less. And so they have people who hunt for dates and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
every other month they update me, oh, we are not getting a date, just be patient, just be patient.
Oh,
So I
okay.
finally got my date. I started my application process in like January, and I ended
Mm.
up getting a date in September, November. I've
Oh,
forgotten when.
then that is it. That the B vibe. So you handed everything to an agency, your
Yep,
credentials, and they handled everything, including the date hunter.
yep. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so let's talk about the time period they told you that your I-20 and everything is ready until you got a visa interview. What was the time duration, if you could remember?
Let's see. So I think when we started the, let me see, let me take my time. So I applied
Take
to
your
two
time, man.
schools,
Take your time.
but we were first focused on Wingate University because when I
Mhm.
gave them my what's it called, my papers and everything, they were like, your results are good. Any school we applied to, we are going to get. So we applied to Wingate University. We paid the deposits for securing your seats and everything. And then all of a sudden, they were like, they can't take me for that semester, so I'll have to defer. And I'm like, what
Oh,
do you
okay.
mean you have to defer? Then let's just apply to a different school. And then that's how I ended up applying to the University of Akron. And within like 2 or 3 months, I got my I-20 and everything. And then that's when I started hunting for dates for the interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We are ahead of the whole thing. We have to come back and restart. A little
Okay.
introduction to people seeing your beautiful face for the first time, and then we can get going.
Okay. So hi guys, my name is Fatia Abdullahi. I am an international student from Ghana. I'm currently at the University of Akron. I'm a sophomore. Sophomore is like second year, right? And
Yeah.
I'm a business student. I'm also a radio DJ. Yeah, I think basically that's all I have right now.
I love that aspect of you. That was the first time I discovered your TikTok, and you were talking to we were talking about your TikTok. I love the way you make your videos and
Mm,
you sharing your experience, and I think that's what people should do. Like we have opportunity to come and experience, life in a different country. There are people who want to do it, and so why don't we share our experience so that it becomes a lesson to them? So Fatia has a TikTok account. What's the name of the TikTok?
it's Fatia Abdullahi.
Yeah, so search for it. She has a lot of insightful ideas and I love the way she makes her videos. If
Um,
I have the opportunity, I'll put it on so that you guys will know. But go to TikTok, search for Fatia, and then follow her. She's a radio DJ, and
yes.
interestingly, you're studying nursing.
Yes.
The first time I heard about it, I was like, "Oh, this is something new that I've never heard before." So
Yes.
tell us about it. Where did you graduate from in terms of high school, and where are you currently studying? What are you studying?
So I my high school.
Yeah.
Hey, let me calm down. I keep my mind is going faster than my mouth. So I went to Life International College. It's in Afina.
Okay.
That's where I went to my high school years. I went to a private school
What did you
and
study?
general arts.
Oh, okay, but how come you end up studying nursing now?
Yes. Well, so first of all, I was inspired by my mom to be a nurse. Even though it's something that has been in the background, I didn't think I'll go for it because all my life, I probably, I actually wanted to be in the media space.
Okay.
So after high school, I went to UPSA and I studied public relations. So I knew some way somehow I end up in the media space. And then my parents wanted me to move abroad.
No, please wait. You from high school in UPSA. What were you studying in UPSA?
Public relations.
And which level were you?
I completed. I got my degree.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you have like a 4-year bachelor's degree already.
Yes, I
Why
do.
then did you use your high school to apply and not your bachelor's degree?
So at the time of application, I was in my final year.
Mhm,
And since honestly, like at that point in time, I was not looking to apply to schools abroad. My
mhm,
dad brought me the idea. So I was like, if you really want me to do it, let's just use the documents I have already. So I
mhm,
don't put any pressure on myself. So
mhm.
that's why we ended up using my high school transcripts and everything to apply.
Oh, okay. So that means that the UPSC credentials were not ready.
Yes, they
Why is
weren't.
it that people think that if you already are in school or you already done with maybe first bachelor's, it's not possible to come to the US to pursue a second bachelor's, your visa will be denied. Why do you think people have that idea?
Well, I don't really know, but I feel like if probably because they don't know how to explain themselves to like the consular,
Mm,
that probably I like using the word probably, but I'm
yeah,
catching myself that I'm taking a different path. I don't want to study what I've already studied.
yeah.
They can't really give like that explanation well. So they just think that they'll be denied if they are going to do a second degree.
Good. I
Um,
like the fact that you mentioned what were your electives back in high school when you studied general art?
General as I did geography, government,
Economics. Hmm.
economics, and French.
Oh, okay, okay. I did elective maths in addition to
The way
that.
I hate maths, I hate maths. I hate maths. So with even
Oh, okay.
in high school with geography, I was very, very interested in geography and I wanted to be a farmer. So if
Mm,
the lesson did not even come up at all, I was focused on being a farmer. And after high school, I applied to schools and my math wasn't good. That's what brought me down. That's how I ended up even going to do public relations at UPSA.
right. We are only 10 minutes into the conversation. If you're just tuning in, you're welcome. Make sure you share, you like, and then you subscribe if you're watching us. And then remember that every week we select one person who the team is going to assist to go through the process. I'm speaking with Fatia. I love her vibe already. She's an amazing lady. She's going to share her experience with us. She's currently studying at the university. I say Akron. Why do you say Akron? Eh,
I don't know, I think I used to say Akron, and then when I
uh,
came, I heard people say Akron, so I just adapted
Oh, okay.
to it.
Okay, I see. So she's studying at the University of Akron, which is at the northern part of Ohio. She's going to share her experience, how she was able to go through the process, and finally, with a background in general arts, French, economics, government, geography, she was able to get admission into a nursing program, which is
Yep.
amazing. All right. Let's start. So whilst you were in school, then do you want to mention the agent that assisted you for, because there are lots of fake agents out there. So for the fact that they've been able to assist you, maybe you should give them, or because you pay them,
Oh,
you don't have to
no, I'll
give
definitely
them
give
some shout outs.
because I don't even know the name of the agency. I ended
Right.
up going in there because of my friend. So my friend is the agent. His name is Farouk. Farouk has been very, very helpful.
Shout outs to
He's a
Farouk,
friend
man.
of a friend. So shout out to Farouk. That's how I met him. Yeah, he did a really good job.
Oh, okay. So you don't know the name of the agent, right?
No, I actually
Oh,
ended up never asking
Farouk,
him.
get
Is
us the
that
name, because for me, I feel like there are a lot of people putting in the work to help others, right? Once
yeah,
they are legit people, then
yeah.
why not? Let's give them the shout outs. Okay.
So
So
what
Farouk,
I
if you are listening to us, you can
yeah,
drop the agent in the comments for us. We'll give them
I'll,
shout outs.
when people reach out to me, I just because I don't really like to handle the whole thing. I just give them
Yeah.
advice. I just give them Farouk's phone number. Like
Mm.
just go to Farouk. Farouk will do the rest for you.
All right.
Yeah.
So which year did the whole process start for you?
What year did I come in? I think that was 2023.
Hmm.
Yes, so January 2023. That's when I started everything.
Right. Why? And you said your mom motivated you to study nursing. Would you
Yes.
have preferred a different program?
Well, I think because I was already done with what I actually wanted to do,
Hmm.
and something pertaining the media and everything. So when my mom advised that I should take nursing, I was like, why not? Let me just do it. As far as she's the one paying, so I don't
I
think I would have prepared anything else. And also, the reason why I was motivated enough to do it was because she's been a nurse before, and
hmm.
as far as my mom has been able to do it, what shows I can't do it? So I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
let me go for it. Yes.
Right. The interest. So let's talk about your scholarship. Are parents paying from home, or how is your scholarship like?
Yeah, so after applying, I got a merit-based scholarship. So
Mhm.
I literally cut down my fees into half. And then aside from that, my parents are covering the rest. So yeah, I don't have
Yes.
any external scholarships. I've applied and applied. It's very tough in here. People
All
are
right.
applying. So I
Did you
just,
have? Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
I mean, the only other thing that helped with me not paying too much is because I don't live on campus too. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's how my parents are able to cover for my fees. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Apart from University of Akron, did you apply to any other university?
Yeah, that was Wingate University. That's all.
Oh, okay. So it was just two applications, the first and the second one, and then
Yep.
it went through for you. So
Yep.
when the admission came, it
Mm-hmm.
had some merit scholarships. It didn't
Yeah.
cover everything.
No.
Most people would have said that no, I'm not going for the interview because it doesn't cover everything. What
Yeah.
what made you want to say that I'll still go for the visa interview?
Well, I think also because I have a solid what's it called? Um the bank statement
Okay.
because also a very good explanation as to why I have such a big amount on my bank statement.
Hmm.
So it's more of how you can explain your financial situation and for them to be able to approve you.
We'll
And I
come
think
to.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Go ahead. We'll come to the question that was asked, during the visa interview. But you
Yes,
mentioned that you were a radio DJ. Talk to me
yes,
about that. How does a nursing student end up
yes.
being a radio DJ? And which radio? Ghana radio? What radio is it?
Oh no. So University of Akron has a campus radio station. It's called
Right.
WZIP 88.1 FM. And when I initially got to campus, we don't have anybody, especially as
Mhm.
an international student. You have to start your life afresh, look for friends, find a like reason to belong. And so I was looking for organizational groups on campus, and then I came across WZIP, and I was like, huh, I've always wanted to be in the media space, so this is a good thing. Let me just go in there and see what they're all about. And then it's all about your interest. As far as you're interested, they just train you and then you just go on air. So I did my training for like 3 to 4 weeks, and then I became a professional radio DJ.
Yeah, I love that. People should not, limit themselves to only the academics. If there's some passion you can have, please, branch into it as well.
Yeah.
And I would have thought that as a nursing student, you would have wished to maybe get some practical experiences at the hospital. Why being on radio?
So here with most programs, you don't enter the program like immediately you start or immediately you've gotten admission. You start from scratch.
Mhm.
So at that time when I started as a radio DJ, I was doing my prerequisites. So I wasn't even qualified yet to start my clinicals. So I was like, how about I do something else whilst I'm waiting? So I just got into the nursing program like this semester
Oh,
after
okay.
getting all my prerequisites. Yes. So before that, I was just a pre-nursing student.
How long is your program going to be?
4 years.
Oh, okay. And you said you're in the second year. Now you
Yeah.
have had an opportunity to study in UPSA, being in the tertiary system of Ghana. How would you compare the two?
There's a big difference. Especially when it comes to even the professors, because here I see that they are more in tune with helping the students succeed and just make everything easier for you. In Ghana, they like to boast a lot of I will fail you. I'll fail you, I'll fail you, and everything is hard. I don't even recall how many like IAs or class tests I did before my final examination. Here you are held accountable like every step of the way. You are doing a lot of homeworks, you are doing a lot of assignments, you are doing midterms before even the final examination comes. So there are so many opportunities for you to better yourself and pack up good grades. But in Ghana, it's like when the IA is today, the IA is today. You don't get to do it again, and that's it. You've perfected your grade. They just, I think, I just enjoy seeing you fail and having to repeat a class. Honestly, that's how I see it.
Oh, I see. Did you have family members in the US before relocating?
So I do. I have an uncle. Yeah, I have an uncle in Connecticut, and a couple of distant family members, but not like relatives I'm really close to. So more or less, when I came here, I really didn't know anybody like that. Yeah.
Right. I see. And talking about your admission, how much was the deficit if you could remember? So assuming the cost of attendance is, let's say, $20, what was the percentage of the scholarship given, and how much did you have to cover up with a bank statement?
I should have looked at this one more time.
Yeah.
And I didn't carry my documents with me. But I'll
Okay.
say more or less,
Was it like 50% of it, 20%, 30%? What do you think?
let's say around 30%, yes.
Okay. So the scholarship was 30% or the amount you had to cover with a bank statement?
The scholarship was 30%. So I had
Oh,
to
okay.
cover like 70%, yes.
Oh, okay. And a lot of people might have thought that, with this, it means that the visa will be denied. So that's why I'm saying that your agent did a great job,
Yep.
and I would have wished to give shout outs to him, but we don't know them yet. So
Yes.
yeah, so that means that we are saying that if the school fees was $100 or 100 Ghana cedis, then the scholarship was 30 Ghana cedis, and
Yep.
then you needed to cover with a bank statement of 70 Ghana cedis. And I tell you that a lot of people listening to us might have gotten this same offer some people even have like 80% scholarship, and some friends, some family members are discouraging them from going, at least even attempting the interview. Yeah.
Exactly.
Where did you go for your visa interview? In Ghana, Abidjan, or where did you go for it?
Ghana.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. How many minutes do you think the actual interview took?
I think it took less than 10 minutes. It was pretty fast paced. Less
I
than 10
see.
minutes.
Do you remember the questions?
I remember quite a few questions.
Right,
So
let's
I
go.
think, I think my first question was why nursing? And
Mhm.
then, as I said earlier, my mom inspired me, blah, 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 blah. And then she she didn't ask me directly who was going to sponsor. She said, "Can I see your mom's, what's it called,
Bank
bank
statement?
statement?" Yes.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't have my mom's bank statement, but I have my dad's bank statement because he is the one going to sponsor my education. And then I
Okay.
started with explanation. So my dad is this. He earns this amount of money at the end of the year. He travels here, here, here. Then I added my mom. My mom travels here, here, here. She has this. Have you traveled before? No. But my other family members, so it's like I was just putting a train of explanation as to why I have this amount of money and like my family is well to do. So yes, we can sponsor ourselves. That's basically what happened.
You
And
mentioned the agent helping you out. So, did you have what was your preparation for the interview like? Did they have some mock sessions for you? Did you go to the embassy for that mock session they do at the embassy? Talk to us. If somebody is watching you, wanting to prepare for the interview, what was your preparation like?
so we were on the phone like 2 hours a day, every
Mhm.
day, doing mock sessions. We had a list of questions that they could possibly ask,
Mm,
and we didn't want to broaden it because there's a way, these people, they like for you to elaborate your explanation. So one
mhm.
question can end up having like five answers.
Yeah.
So we compacted like a few of the questions and then we gave possible answers that I could say, but it's always personalized. You personalize the answers to you. I am going to University of Akron because my mom. Don't go and carry access from somebody else. Why do you have why University of Akron? I researched, like, it's more of I and experiences that you've had. So it was basically, yes, I carry questions, put in my answers, and then repeat it over and over again, 2 hours for like
Oh,
every day for 2 weeks before I went for my interview.
I
Yep.
see. Did you have to sit for SAT or any exams, TOEFL or IELTS, any of them?
Nope, I didn't have to do any of
Oh,
that because
which
my
means your
Western
university.
was
Yeah, your university did not require that.
Aqua. Yeah, no, they
I
didn't.
see. In terms of your WASI results, what are we looking at? Where there's all A's throughout, give us an idea.
So, unfortunately for me, I'm very terrible at maths.
Mhm.
So, I have written like maths 3 times already.
That,
Um,
that is
so
after the WASI, you had to go through NOVDEC.
before, so my high school, they let you take Deck first before
Okay.
WASI. So we took you take Deck to like see where you stand, and then
Hmm.
I got really good grades and I got an F in maths. So the second time around, I had a chance to like do all for myself. And
Hmm.
upon all my learning, I got a D in maths.
Okay.
So after that, I got like three A's, my B's, and then I got a C in science and a
Mhm.
D in maths. So I had to. My mom was like, I should just retake math again, just for taking it sake. I retook it and I got a D in math again. So I just gave up. It was like at this
Oh,
point,
okay. So when applying to the university, maybe you may not be able to give us this answer, but when applying to University of Akron, did you
mhm,
use the NOVDEC earlier one, the
no,
WASI, or the new NOVDEC?
I used my WASI. My
Oh,
WASI
okay.
results, because here they grade your this thing on a 4.0 scale.
Hmm.
So even with all of that, because I already had my A's and my B's, my GPA was at 3.4, 3.5.
Oh, okay.
It was good
Okay.
enough for me to even get the merit-based scholarship. Yep.
I see. And you said in the WASI, the math was what?
It was a D.
And this is a core math, right?
Yes, commerce.
There's so much people do not know that
No.
even with a D7 or E8, you can still get admitted into some US institutions. And this is a clear example of what you're telling us, that it's a core subject, it's D7, yet it wasn't a problem. She was able to get admission and a scholarship. And especially if you're going to study a program that may not be really math focused.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about that. Even
That.
though for nursing you do some math. So how are you managing the math then?
So, one thing about here, as I said earlier, they make you start from scratch no matter
Mhm.
what program you are doing. Unless probably you are transferring your grades from university and come here to level 200. But as far as I started from level 100, you start from scratch. So they made me enroll in basic math and they taught me again 1 plus 1, 1 divided, literally. And then that's how I passed. And I passed with an A.
Oh
Cream.
wow.
So my first semester over here, I got a flat 4.0 for all my courses. And I was like, am I really capable of doing this? I didn't know. I didn't know math, me. I was so surprised. So that's why I keep saying here, they are more focused on helping you do better for yourself. Because funny enough, in Ghana, I applied with my WASI results. Legon rejected me. UDS rejected me. UPSA was the only school that gave me a chance. And even with that, I started with a diploma before I ended up continuing with a degree. So I have 2 degrees for public relations. But then I just applied with my WASI results and then here I am.
If you knew you'll be able to do this, would you have gone to UPSA, the diploma and stuff like that? Would you have
No,
done that?
no. Because straightforward, I would have just come in and not wasted 4 years of my life doing public relations and a diploma and a degree. No, I wouldn't have done that.
Wow, wow. Your story is very inspiring, and we keep on telling people that, so some of us who have had opportunity to come here have seen things different from what we were used to, right?
Yes.
So, for example, when you mentioned sophomore, I was going to say that back home we don't know sophomore. All we know is level 100, level 200, right? So if you're listening to us, and there are some family members, you see, and especially even in the WASI, sometimes
Mm.
some D7 and E8, it's not your fault though.
No.
It's not. It's not. It's not. There were some people who were very brilliant back home and
Mhm.
back in high school. And it's quite unfortunate that sometimes maybe during the WASI, they were sick. You use just
Yeah.
1 week to write something that you studied over 4 years,
Mhm.
and that's going to be used to judge you that the 4 years you were better or not, which is very unfair.
It is very, very
you
unfair.
know and so some people, their parents are angry with their kids because
Yeah.
of a D7 of a E8. That is not the end of life. You shouldn't
Mhm.
restrict yourself to only the higher education institutions in your country. The sky is huge. There's a lot of opportunities outside, and that's what we keep on telling people. If you are listening to us, please share to that uncle, the family WhatsApp group. Share the video to the family.
Let them know.
Let them know. Share the video to the family WhatsApp group, and
Yeah.
and tell them that some of these things are possible. You understand? Anyway, let's move on. So, how would you say studying abroad has changed your life?
Well, definitely when you come here, the first thing you realize is that the way of living here is very different. So intellectually, spiritually, physically, I've changed a lot. You come to realize that you are more or less alone, you are all by yourself. So you
Mm,
need to hold God first in whatever you do. Secondly, I think it also helped me to be more humble and down to earth because you come to realize that you really don't know anything. You need people. You need, I tell you, you need people. So you need to be as humble as you can and learn from others because there is so much to do in this country. But when you come having very no knowledge, you are going to be stuck and you will feel stuck. And
yeah.
let me tell you, when you come here 3 months in, you feel the heat and you are going to cry a lot. So yes, it's been a very, very much humbling experience. Spiritually, I think I've gotten stronger because come to realize that God before everything. I've been humble enough to hear from others, take their advice, and it has shaped my life a lot. Because it has made things very, very, very easy for me. Because
Yeah.
when you hear from other people's experiences, it helps you know where to start from. And also, it has, how should I say, I've been humble enough to hear from people, but I also make sure that I'm good enough to help others too. So whoever comes, because I've already had like a get go, I try to direct you in a way that you don't do the mistakes that I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I think
That
it's better for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. The same way, because some of us have had experience to go through. That's why, this podcast is there so that we share, this is how things are done. There are some things, some names of schools, some cities in the US that if you don't even mention them, sometimes even if you Google some schools from home, you will not even find them.
Exactly. Yep.
Google will show you certain things that if you're in the country, it's different when you Google them. All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about coming from Ghana. What was difficult to adapt to? Is I know Ohio is cold, super cold, yeah. Was it
Oh,
the cold, the
the
food,
weather. Yeah.
or the
Um,
accent?
all three. My first experience with the accents, when I got to the airport, I like drinking water a lot. So my first time was like, let me go and find water. I went up to the girl. I was like, please, can I have a bottle of water? She said, huh? I said, I need water. She said, what are you talking about? And I pointed to the dish. She was like, water? I'm like, I'm sorry, I want water. So that was my first experience when I landed. And then after that, of course, the weather, the cold gives you nosebleeds. You feel wretched. You don't know how to dress for the weather. You think it's more of wearing so many clothes to be able to keep warm, but there's a particular way of layering your outfits that will help you keep warm. So I was just dressing anyhow. I was feeling stuffy. I was not asking questions. I was just all by myself. Can you imagine? I used to walk to campus every day for 10 minutes, walking in this snow, not knowing that the bus was passing right behind my house. I didn't know how to get to the bus. I had to ask questions. I was getting nosebleeds every day. By the time I come home, headache. Like I was so miserable. And then now summer comes. And then you hear people say Africa is hot. I tell you, America is hotter. You've
Yeah.
not experienced this kind of heat in your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think even in Ohio is better. I worked at Arizona. I
Really?
went to Arizona. Arizona is Bole Bamboy times two, right? When I
Really?
like my car was super hot. I sit in my car and it's the Arizona heat. My sister it's of the
Wow.
when I went there, I was telling them, oh, me, I'm from Bolivia, I'm from Africa, so no problem. But when the Arizona heat started hitting, it was
Mm.
you could feel the heat on your skin if you
Mhm.
walk outside. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Because
Yeah,
we are in Africa, we are judging Americans, see the way they dress and everything. You come and realize why they dress like
yeah,
that. Because
yeah.
the heat can be so unbearable, you can't even breathe well. It's that that bad. What else did I also have to adapt
Food.
to?
I talk about food.
Hey, the food has to explore a lot of things. You come to realize that you need to cook to be able to survive. If
Yeah,
you're coming to this country, whether you're a man, especially a man or a woman, please learn how to cook. It saves you a lot. It saves you from spending too much money buying food from outside, and it helps you have healthier options because most of the food over here is just burgers and fries, ice cream, pop, coke. You need healthier options. So for me, most of my expenses on going to the African market and getting my yam and my tozafi and my banku. So you really need to how to cook. And what else? One thing that was really jarring to me that took a lot of time for me to adjust was seeing elderly people work. Because here they are more individualistic. They are not community centered at all. In Ghana, you see most of our old people sitting in front of their house, you pass by, they're complaining, you are not even saying good morning, good evening. They have somebody to take care of them. Here you come, I go to the store buying something, and then you see like a 70-year-old, 60-year-old taking like attending to you. And I'm like, this is so sad. Why are people like this working? It's really like that really breaks my heart. But I mean, I've come to understand that people have bills to pay. And if you don't have people taking care of you, we are going to be racking up bills, we're going to be racking up in credit card debts. That was another thing that I had to educate myself on. You see people living a luxurious lifestyle over here, right? And my uncle tells me this. Anyhow you want to live in America, you can live it. If it's luxury, if you want to be humble, you can live it in America. It's just the way you manage your finances. You hear people talk about credit card. Oh, and now America, you can collect your phone and pay later. You can get a car and pay later. And you see people driving nice cars, and you want to do same. You are going to rack yourself in debt. And come to realize that a lot of people are in debt. Most people in America don't have money. So you coming from Africa, I tell you, Africans are one of the richest people I know Because Ghana, we don't do that credit system. Even if you oka koto bread or antimasa or chambi discover bro, it's fine, it's okay. But here, it's like everything needs to be financed. And it doesn't have to be that way. They make you think that way so that was they work on the credit system where you build your credit score so that you have the credibility of being able to pay off when you go and make big purchases like buying a house or a car. But it really doesn't have to be that way, especially if you have the cash. If you have the cash, please do your cash and carry like the way you do it back in Ghana. That helps you a lot. It saves you from stress because you come to realize that you are working and the money is not even entering your accounts. Because you work, you are just working to pay off bills and you don't have money for yourself. So that was something that I really had to adjust to. And yeah, I think that's what I have. If I remember anything, I'm definitely gonna bring it up.
I see. If you're just tuning in, I'm speaking with Fatia. Fatia is a sophomore student, is a second year or level
Mm.
200, or Nigeria will say a 200 level
Yeah.
ne- nursing student. She already has a bachelor's degree, but she applied with her high school document studying a bachelor's in nursing here in the US, and she's sharing her experience, her journey, and how she was able to do it, so that you can also learn from it. So when it comes to food, are there like African stuff you buy? Do you go to Walmart? Like, how do you miss, like, maybe you get tomatoes from Walmart because,
Mhm.
and then you prepare African dish, or you've been eating the white people stuff.
No, so as you go, you come to like realize certain hacks that you can use. So at first, I used to buy everything from Walmart. I'll be looking
Mm,
for specific things that I wanted and I couldn't find until I found an African store. But
yeah.
here's the thing: most African stores are expensive for you to buy your groceries from. So it's easier for you to even go to an Asian store to get certain things because most of our food are similar. Like when you go to an Asian store, you can find cassava, okra, and stuff. It's cheaper to buy from there. Unless now you're looking for your bankudo, your fufu and stuff before you go to African store. So I usually shop from Walmart or Aldi's. Then I go to an Asian store before I go to an African store for my goods meat and stuff. That's
Oh,
what I do.
so the goat meat is from the Asian store or the African store?
But if I want fresh goods meat, I go to the Asian store. But if I want the frozen one, then I go to the African store. Yep.
Oh, okay, okay. And where you are is a big city, so there are a lot of options. But what's been your favorite restaurant so far? You've been to any restaurant?
Well, now because of the kind of work that I do, I get to explore a lot of restaurants. I've been to Texas Roadhouse. I really like their bread that they give you.
Yeah,
It seems very similar to sugar bread.
their rolls are like that of Ghana one.
Yes, it is really good. And then I've
I
been to
love
this
it.
place.
A little bit expensive for an international student, but it's a good
Yes,
place. Very
yes,
good.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, very good. I really like their
yeah.
bread. And I've been to Roosters. Roosters, their chicken tastes very similar to KFC back in Ghana. The
Mm.
KFC here doesn't even taste like the KFC back in Ghana. So I've been to
I don't
Roosters.
think KFC in Ghana they even have fried rice, right?
I know, right? Yes, here they don't. They'll give you some mashed potatoes and some things, and I'm looking at hey, they eat some things over here. Oh. They eat some things
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, my family in Athens, shout outs to Ed and them. They used to take me to Texas Roadhouse, and I love it.
Yeah.
That their
It's,
rolls. And sometimes when I finish, I'll have to take some home so that
it's just so good. It's really good. You
their
guys
rolls
should
are so good.
like
So
when you can.
if you're a student here, you've not tried it, get some 50, 100 bucks, and then you go to Texas Roadhouse. You
And then
enjoy.
300 bucks. But I'm still like, hey, I spent 100 bucks on food. It's pretty pricey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty pricey. But I mean, you still have the American feel a little bit, and I
Yeah.
like when
Yeah.
people are celebrating their birthday, they'll do
Mm.
the birthday thing.
Yeah, the dance.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Anyway, so what I knew was that if you are an international student and as an undergrad student,
Yeah.
you are supposed to live on campus. You spoke to
Yeah.
me about living off campus, which will reduce the cost of your living. How
Yeah.
are you able to manage to do that? Was it compulsory for you to live on campus? How did it go for you?
So for here, as a first year student, you are advised to live on campus so you get the what was it? I was going to say high school, the college experience.
Yeah.
For me, first of all, really didn't need it because I'm in a stage in my life where I'm not hanging out with kids to go and party and stuff like that. But
Mm.
before that, I didn't even know I could get to live on campus. So here is where talking to people comes in. So back in Ghana, I had like done everything. I'm going to live on campus. All I had to do was just come and get my key.
Yeah.
And then when I came, I was in Wisconsin, right? So I was looking for a way to come over here. I'd booked my flights and all. I was thinking of how I was going to get here. And I was in a group chat for um Ghanaian students in Akron. And then
Mhm.
this particular person posted that he's going to pick you from the airport at a fee. So I texted him, I'm like, can you come pick me up and stuff? And then through that conversation, I asked him how living in Akron was like, and does he live on campus and all of that. He was like, no, he doesn't live on campus. I'm like, oh wow, tell me more about it. And he was like, living off of campus helps you because it literally cuts down your fee in half when they take that off.
Mm.
So you don't worry. I'll come pick you. I'll take you somewhere else to live with somebody for like 2 or 3 days, and then I'll help you find an apartment. So that's how I ended up living off campus. And then the rent was pretty low. Yeah, my first apartment I was paying like $350 with all utilities inclusive. So I was just paying for a room that I was living in with
Yeah.
like a couple other girls. So that's how I ended up living off of campus. Yeah.
I know school fees are paid per semester, unlike Ghana where we pay per year, right?
Mhm.
So I want to understand, after you getting an off-campus apartment, approximately, not exactly, like how much do you pay per semester?
I pay around, depending on how many courses I do per semester.
Mhm,
Because my
mhm,
first semester I was paying pretty low, around like 5,500. But
mhm.
the subsequent semesters I was paying around 7,800, 8,000 ish. Yeah.
I see. And for most people would argue that community colleges would have been cheaper.
Mhm.
So the point is, why do you still want to go for a 4 year bachelor's and
Yeah.
not rather consider a community college?
So I think I've thought about this so many times. Maybe I should just transfer to a community college. It would
Mhm.
be way cheaper. But I don't know. The moment I find a sense of community, I like to stick.
Yeah,
So because of my radio DJing and stuff and the kind of opportunity to get being a student at the University of Akron, I was like, let me just stay because I love it over here already. I don't want to make another big move again, going to a
yeah,
different. So yeah, that is why I stayed. But I would advise you if you can't go to a community college, please do. It will help you a lot.
yeah, yeah.
Categorically. Yeah,
He will be like she will be like a signboard. She will show you the way, but she will not go there.
exactly. Exactly.
All right. Since we are talking about undergraduate, applications, my brother Fela is having a great contest, and I want him to come and talk to us about is the PNF contest. So he will explain to us and how people can join and all that. Fela, you're welcome. You meet Fatia. Fatia meets my brother Fela.
Hi, Phila.
Hi,
Hey,
Fatia, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Great.
Right. I'm going to read some comments and then Phila will come in. So, Derek, shout outs to you. You're watching us on Facebook. We appreciate your input. Elijah Mustafa, you're watching us on Facebook as well. Thank you for tuning in. Belly Beidu, thank you for tuning in as well on Facebook as well. If you're watching us, remember that at the end of the session we'll have the draw. And so, how do you join the draw? You subscribe, you like, you comment, and automatically you join. Ajo Anima, shout outs to you for watching. Mawiram he said, Fatia, what's your worst and best experience during the visa interview and how many times you went for the interview? Fatia, how many times did you go? Once or twice?
Once.
Okay. Fatia Wabio, Uncle Tobacco. Fatia is smart too. Okay, very inspiring. So Fela, talk to us about the PNF contest. How did it come about and what is it about?
Okay, Mr. Fred, thank you so much for this opportunity. And Fatia, thank you so much for being on the Fred First Show. I mean, it's an amazing experience to have you on the same platform. Mr. Fred, you're really touching lives, and I must congratulate you on that. Thank you so much. God bless you. So basically, the PNF contest came about when we've been doing this for, you are a boss in this, so let me take out my hat for you on that. But then with a few number of years we've been doing this, we have come to know that applying for school is one thing, and then funding your education is another thing. So knowing this at the back of our mind, we have also come to know that mostly when people come on our mock sessions, they really have huge deficit. And most times, not that these students are not good enough, right? They are really good and they can just do something little and probably, and Mr. Phil, I'm saying this financial aspect, not in terms of, your parents have not got money or you have from a poor background or something, but then we genuinely know how sometimes it becomes difficult for our parents to raise such huge amount of money back home, right? So you look at such a good student with good grades, and the person is going with, some huge funding, whilst someone didn't even get that good grades, but because of something little the person did, probably the person has got funding from the school. I'm not saying if your parents are funding you, it's bad, right? But the person has got funding from the school, that the school is sponsoring this education to some extent for free. Then I ask myself that why is this good student not getting this opportunity as well? What can we do to help them do that? And we have also come to know that writing the SAT or the test score, let me put it in general, is one good thing that help undergraduate students to get scholarship in the schools when they do apply. And then we also ask ourselves that genuinely, how many people are even motivated to write this, right? That's the first thing. And then how many people even know about writing the SAT? Mr. Fred, trust me, when I completed high school, I said it in one of my videos that when I completed high school, I didn't know about the SAT. Genuinely, I didn't know. So probably I'm also thinking someone might be there who genuinely, like I did, also doesn't know about the SAT. And how many people are even motivated to do this? And we have something in most of us, especially from back home, that uh, we have this fear cycle in us that we are always, when we hear about exam test, like there is this fear that grip us. So I don't know what causes that, but then when we hear about writing a standardized test, we become afraid of writing it. So we are like, okay, so why don't we then bring a platform where we are going to solve all this issue in one, breaking that fear cycle, motivating people to do this, bringing people into one community, and at the end of the day, sponsor whoever wins at the end of the month to sit for the SAT. So this is done together with my team, that we are bringing this competition together. We provide you with the SAT material for free. We organize you. You come on a weekly contest, and at the end of the month, whoever wins, the team is sponsoring that person to sit for the SAT. So basically, that's the whole idea of the entire thing.
Right. So that's very great, and God bless you for bringing this up. How do one who qualifies to be part of it?
Okay, so Mr. Fred, I must apologize for this, but then as of now I'm speaking, application is closed for the first season.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me just give a brief about the how it's organized, then we can understand what I'm talking about. So the program is organized weekly, and within the month we have 3 contests as a prelim, and the winners of each week will qualify for the final week for the final. So we have 3 weeks of prelims, 3 contestants for every week, and the winners for the 3 weeks will proceed to the last week of the month for the final. So at the end of the month, whoever wins, the team is sponsoring that person to sit for the SAT. And we have got some people coming in to sponsor the person who comes second on that first episode. So if you become first on the final week or second, because of a sponsorship coming from outside, you also get sponsored. So basically, that's how it is. And for the first time organizing this, we have put it in a season. So the season is running through 3 months. So July, August, and then September. So if you miss the application, you are not gone yet, right? You are not far from home. So you just have to monitor our pages, look out for the next application window, which is probably coming in somewhere October, and then you also come into it. So basically, for now, application is closed for the first season. But then, if you want to come on the show, it's as simple as you completing high school, you believing yourself that you can do this. I mean, we are not looking at excellent grades or you are superhuman. No, we are not thinking about that. Genuinely, I know that some people are good, but then in the exam, Mr. Faye, can you imagine, like when I was in high school, I was really good though. But on the exam day, I mean, I had like I lost my dad, and a whole family thing came in, and like I was totally down. So when people see my grade, not that I didn't perform, I really did well, but I mean, people were expecting much better from me than what I got, right? So I'm believing that many people also go through other situations that they may not have the A's and the B's throughout. So we are not really cutting people off. All we are saying is that if you're good, you believe yourself that you can sit and learn the content of SAT, and then you can come on the show. Why not just join in? So you put in an application, we ask you simple information, your basic information, you upload your WASI results, and you give us a little background of yourself, like your academic in career goal, that's it. Then you apply to the show. Yeah.
That's awesome. So there will be the second season. So before you go, talk to us about your social media platforms. I know you have most almost a daily TikTok live where we have a lot of brilliant minds on the study abroad space to come on to respond to people's questions. Talk to us about your social media platform and where people can get in touch with you as well.
Okay, so Mr. Ray, before I go on that, let me just end it with the contest that it's going to be every Saturday. So just come on there, support your people. It's going to be live on TikTok as well. So just come and gift them, and then motivate them to do this. And when it's your time, you also come and motivate you on that. So my social media accounts are all Fila GHTV, YouTube, the same name, Fila GHTV, TikTok, Fila GHTV, and then on Instagram, Facebook, or other social media accounts, Fila GHTV. Mr. Fred, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You mentioned on Saturday, what time? Ghana time.
Okay, so I'm trying to. Okay, so that's 7 p.m. in Ghana time.
Okay.
Yeah. 7 p.m. in Ghana time.
7 p.m. in Ghana time, and I think that would be 6 p.m. Nigeria time too.
Yeah.
So 7 is what? Is it 19 o'clock GMT?
Right? GMT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
my math, my math is not fast.
Anyway, you're a good student.
Thank you so much for coming on, Phila. I really appreciate.
Okay, all right, Mr. Thank you so much. Fatima, hi.
The name is Fatia.
Oh, I nearly changed your name. Please forgive me on that. I know my people asking me who is Fatima. Okay. Fatia, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Mr. Phil, thank you.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. All right. So Fatia, that was Phila. He's huge in the study abroad space as well. And my mom is Fati. So Fatia is easy for me to remember.
I actually go by Fati too. It's actually my name was supposed to be Fati, and my parents decided to make it Fatia because I was named after my mama. But over here, as I said, the pronunciations is not easy, so I just go by Tia.
Yeah, I like that. That's some sort of branding,
Exactly. Yeah.
What name do you use on radio?
Tia. I use DJ Tia.
DJ Tia.
Yeah.
So I'm maybe. Do you have like a video of you being in the studio DJ? I know sometimes you do a TikTok live, right? But
yeah, I do have videos.
Oh, videos of like a YouTube video on you being in the studio DJing?
Yeah. I think one of my recent videos it was a day in the life as a radio DJ. You can check it out on my YouTube, guys. The name is Fatia Abdullah. You find it over there.
Yeah, sure. I have to share the YouTube channel so that people can check it out. You have a story that motivates a lot of people, and I'm sure that if they're able to tune into what you've been sharing on social media, which you constantly do, I wonder how you do it. How do you juggle work with academics and able to have fun on the side too?
Well, I'm someone that gets pretty anxious very fast, and then when that happens, I tend to shut down a lot. So how I manage my anxiety is to not stay too focused on my studies, because over here, if you don't study as you go, you are going to hurt yourself a lot, because there's so much material you need to study. There's so much homework and assignments. So what I do is I schedule my week and schedule my day in the week. That way it makes it easier for me to be able to focus on studies and also focus on my curricula and even focus on work, because it's just three things coming together, like the whole package for you to be a successful international student. So scheduling it was helps me. Else I'm going to shut down and then break down very, very fast. Yep.
Are you able to link up with family, communicate, I want to understand how do you keep up with family stuff as well?
So with my family, I actually speak to them almost every day. So almost every day, sit down on the call with my mom or my dad and then talking to my siblings. It's really not that difficult for me. Unless when I get very busy, they know I'm busy. Then probably we just share voice notes or something. But I value my family ties a lot because it gets very lonely. So I make sure that I'm staying in contact. And with the other family members that I have over here, when I have time, I do go and visit, because once again, it's very lonely. So that's what I do.
I see. I'm trying to, show your YouTube channel. You have some amazing videos. I just saw that one. So do you like have this jockey thing, or you play the music on PC? How does it work?
So everything is already programmed, like your show lineup, the songs you have to play and all. So here it's more like me being a radio presenter than being a radio DJ.
Oh,
But they
okay.
call it being a radio DJ. But I'm more or
Oh,
less like a presenter because everything I have to play is programmed. Unless somebody requests a song and I have to go and search it and play for the person. But I don't have a jockey. It's more of me using a laptop and a what's it called? A board. Yeah.
oh, I see. I see. So check out the channel of Fatia. It's called Fatia Abdullah, Fatia. So interestingly, a nursing student who doubles as a radio DJ. That
Yeah.
kind of lifestyle is something that really amazes me. All right, so that's Fatia on your screen. Being on radio. It's more or less like a day in a life kind of video. You enjoy it. I love her vibe. She's super smart. So this is you being on the radio, right?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Check out Fatia's YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and subscribe. She's also big on TikTok, the same name, and then you follow her journey and her story. Subscribe as well. Are you using a camera to shoot this or your phone?
My phone. I use
Yeah,
my
and this
Samsung
this
S20. Yeah.
this is very super clear.
I know, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
the trick is to clean your camera very well.
it. Oh, I see. I see. I see. So how many hours do you spend on radio?
I do this 2 hours, 2 days a week, so it's just 4 hours in a day, in a week. Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
I've gone on break since we are on summer break. I want to focus on other things, so I haven't
Mm,
been on the radio for a while.
I
And I don't know if I want to go back next semester because now I'm in the nursing program. There's a lot of factors that play, so I
mhm.
don't know how I'm going to go about it. But it's definitely not something that's going to die.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the radio soon. Yep.
I have to be honest with you. Yeah, I have an opportunity to speak with a lot of international students. But your story is amazing. You're a smart lady.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
remember the first time was on TikTok, and I
Yeah.
saw and I saw you. I was like, "Ooh, nursing student, being a radio DJ. Oh, this is fun, And I think back home, people will not encourage you to even do that, right? It looks like a mismatch kind of vibe.
Yeah, I'm just somebody who likes to follow something I want to do. As I said earlier, I'm a very anxious person.
Right.
So when there is something I want to do and it gets stifled and I don't do it for a long time, I it just doesn't sit well with me at all
Yeah.
until I've done it. So even back in Ghana, I was a model, I was an actress too. So my parents were not even in support of that at all. And I had to find a way to
Shout
prove
out,
to them
shout
that
out to them, by the way. Maybe they'll be watching. Shout out to them.
yeah, shout out to Mama and Dada. I had to go behind them and do things I wanted to do until
Mm,
they realized that this girl follows her dreams and still respects her. Like, I don't disrespect them. I just try to prove a point because one of
yeah.
their main worries of me being a model was that I was going to be wearing bikinis and stuff. And I was
Mm,
like, no, I'm going to be a modest model, and you will see me work my way up the industry. And I did it, and I was on billboards. I was doing advertisements and stuff, and you realize that yeah, this girl is just following her dream. So
yeah.
guys, just follow your dream, okay? Our Ghanaian parents or African parents sometimes don't really see their vision. You just have to do something to prove to them that this is what it is, and they'll just follow you. That's all.
I see. If you were supposed to, you spoke about if you had knew that you could have used your documents to study abroad, you wouldn't have gone through the diploma and stuff like that. If you were supposed to talk to your younger self, there's a younger lady somewhere in Bole Bamboy listening to you right now. Yeah, what would be your advice to your younger self? Like if you were supposed to start this whole process again, what would you have done differently?
What I have done differently. I just honestly, I don't think I would have done anything differently. Even though I
Right.
said I had wasted 4 years of my time going to uni, I feel like I usually like to take life as it comes. I
Mhm.
don't like to plan too much into the future. because of my anxiety.
Yeah.
So just take your time, believe in yourself, ask for help when you can, because that is very, very important. It's something I've learned along this journey, and like just take your time, honestly. Do your research, it's very, very necessary, because you meet people who just want to take your money and run away.
Hmm.
Do research, know where you are going, know what you are doing, and you'll be fine. Honestly. Yep.
I see. In terms of the people that your that were with you when you were working on the process,
Yeah.
were there some of them that were refused a visa? Do you know if there's somebody who got admission but couldn't make it through?
So fortunately for me, my process was very fast, because in a span of a year, I've been able to apply, go for interview, but I traveled. So I had this very good friend of mine. He's even the one that introduced me to Farouk, because he's best friends with him.
Hmm.
And because it was easy for me, he expected the same thing to happen for him. He applied, went for an interview, got rejected. Went to Cote d'Ivoire, got rejected. Went to Cote d'Ivoire again, got rejected. So I'm
Oh,
like, it can be easier for some people and not be easy for other people.
yeah.
And so yeah, he struggled, and he's still in the process of finding other means. So with him, I got to realize that you really don't need to focus on one thing. If you are
Mm,
trying so hard to come to the US and it's not working, don't push it. Look for other avenues. I always tell him that the goal is to come out of Ghana. The moment you are out of Ghana, it's easier for you to go to other countries you want to. It's easier
yeah.
for you to do things you've always wanted to do. So the goal is to come out of Ghana. So now we are looking at other opportunities and other avenues he could get into, rather than focusing on coming to the USA. Yep.
Fatia, you're very smart. I appreciate that. You mentioned getting off campus apartment. How much do you say you pay per month approximately?
So definitely it ranges on your budget and what you want. So when I
Yeah.
started, my first rent was around 300 and something dollars, and then
Mhm.
I got kind of kicked out of the place because they gave it off for rent before I wanted to renew. Exactly. So the next place I was paying around 400 something. That's where I am right now, but I'm moving again, because as you go, you progress, and you come
Yeah.
to realize that living with people over here is not easy.
Yeah. It's
But
not
for the amount of rent you're paying, you're going to be living with others. You come and see there's a lot of conflict if it's cooking, especially because the smell of their food will not sit well with you. These people cook some kind of concoctions. They're like, hey, what do you do? You be asking your roommate, the smell started to like, what are you cooking? I'm cooking spinach and pork. It's crazy. But like, yeah, so the next apartment I'm moving in, I'll be paying close to $800. But all in all, over here in Akron, the cost of living is pretty low, because it wouldn't be the same thing at Chicago. It wouldn't be the same thing in Connecticut. People are living in single rooms in Connecticut and are paying close to $600, $800, and here is like pretty low. So it depends on where you are too as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of your um work, you what you say, the radio DJing thing is a hobby, or you don't get paid for it, right? But it's
Yes.
some sort of skills that you're harnessing. So
Yeah.
how about work? Are you working and schooling at the same time? Like school is on vacation, you get to go for some internships. How does it go for you?
Right. There are certain things we can't say
All
as
right.
international
I
students.
know that. Yeah.
However, there are opportunities for you to work on campus.
Yeah.
Just that on campus, they strictly pay close to the minimum wage. So you will not really be making a lot as you would expect. So
Mm.
most people say, can I come over here and work and pay my fees? It's possible, though, but you suffer. The first job I got on campus, I was an usher. We have a theater on campus. And
Yeah.
I was barely working 20 hours a week, because there are some days where they have shows, there are some days where they don't have shows, and there are weeks where we go with no shows at all. So if there's no show in the theater, it means Fatia is not working. And I was
Mm.
making around $11 an hour. Imagine working like 10 hours a week and you're making $11 an hour. Is that even enough to pay my rent?
No.
Can
No,
you
it's
do
not.
that and pay your school fees? So it's not
Yeah.
like we don't want you people to come. It's just that some things, when you look, it's just not feasible. You can't, you struggle. And
Yeah.
it's really not worth it going through all of that. That's where knowing people comes in. So people have been here before me, they give me advice, there's a certain routes that they pass, there are certain things that they do, and then you go and do, and then you get an easier life. And that's all I can say on that.
Right. That's absolutely fine. I know, there are certain things we can put out there, obviously.
Yep.
Butcher wants to speak to us. Butcher, please unmute your microphone and talk to Fatia. Hi, Butcher. Your microphone is muted. Okay. Okay.
Good
Butcher,
day,
talk to
Mr. Fred.
Fatia.
Good day,
Yes.
Fatia. So,
Hi.
you made mention of you
Okay. I think that
work and
Network.
that.
but Butcher is having a challenge with the connection. Butcher, if you could exit and rejoin, that would be perfect. I don't know how many minutes, Fatia, you have for me. We've done an hour already.
Yeah, I have. Today was scheduled especially for you. I had to put things on hold. I said I have to do this with Fred. So
I
you have
appreciate
to
that.
end the show today. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So if you wanna talk to Fatia, remember you can either type in the comment or you use the link that I've shared on across all our social media platforms to be able to request and join. Butcher was able to join us. Unfortunately, his connection is not stable. So Butcher, if you could request again, I'll be happy to approve it, and then we could have a conversation. I don't know if you would want to put this out there, but would you be able to quantify how much you put into this whole process before finally making it here?
So fortunately for me, because I was doing it with Farouk and Farouk is my friend, I didn't have to pay much. So
Yeah.
I think I spent around $2,000, close
Okay.
to $2,000. It wasn't as pricey as he would charge other people.
Oh, okay. So this goes into the application fee to the university, your service fee,
Everything.
your did it cover flight ticket?
No, I had to fund for that
Okay.
myself, but
So this goes into service fee payment, visa application fee. Remember, service fee is about 350 and visa application fee about 185. So, and then, the person assisting you would also
get
obviously pay
something.
application fee to the school and all that. But yeah, let's see if we can hear you now. I don't know if your connection will be stable and if we can hear
Okay.
you. Go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah, this is better.
Okay. So, like you said earlier on, I don't know. I'm considering pushing my sister to also use same routes. Actually, she did for in while
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's quite unfortunate. Lexus, how you doing?
I'm good, Fred. Yourself, please.
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you for asking. You have a
Uh,
question
it,
for Fatia?
yeah, it seems today you've hosted the right interview at the right time. In fact, if should have been on Saturday, I would have missed it. Yeah,
Wow.
so Fred, looking at what is happening within the media concerning how things are changing in USA and stuff, should we fear? But it seems like those there are already complaining. I know that you're a positive guy. You always say we should make any
Oh no,
positive.
no, no. I was going to tell you you should fear. Yeah, go ahead and fear. Let's just yeah,
Uh,
go ahead and feel.
should we
Go
fear?
ahead. You have to
So
feel.
should we limit investing much resources in this?
No,
Uh,
like I'm saying, I'm going to tell you, go ahead and fear. If you if you want to fear, go ahead and feel. Let's just.
Well, so I'm actually asking this question for everyone,
Oh
especially
no,
those who are
no.
in
So what
Ghana.
happens is that, like I keep on saying, if you are
Hmm.
getting closer to this process, like for example, somebody is listening to us, they don't know what service fee is, and so you get close to the process, right? Like
Yeah.
myself, I didn't know what service fee is until I was working on this process. So it is because you are working like you're closer to the process. That is why you hear some things. And on this earth, what you want to hear, you hear. Oh. What you want to
Exactly.
see, you will see. So for somebody who who does not even know what you are working on, the person will say, "What is this guy even talking about?"
Yep.
Like they have no idea. Oh no, no, when you're the bone could be created, why okay? That's what he's concerned about. He's concerned about the cost of condo. So it's been something it's been something that has been hanging unless you get close to the process. That's where a lot of people have gotten their visas approved. There was a time that somebody called me in my WhatsApp group saying that his program was starting in the summer, so he's already in the US. People have already bought their flight ticket. As we speak, they keep on releasing dates. People are going for the interview. So instead of we were not born with a spirit of fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's because you tune into so much negativity, right?
Mm.
I remember somebody wanted to interview me and they wanted to me to say certain things. I'm like, no, if you decide to put fear in people in that way, that's your
Mhm.
own cup of tea. You understand? So please
Exactly.
focus on what you're working on. There are a lot
Yep.
of things which are not within your control. There
Yes.
is nothing you can do about it. You understand? So the things you can control and work on those ones, and you are going to be fine. You understand? There's nothing to be afraid. I don't know if there's a particular fear you are fearing. Is there a particular fear? Oh no,
It's
go
like
ahead.
what is happening within the current administration of USA, the leaders. What's happening? We fear that maybe they might ban Ghana from traveling and other
I don't
things.
I don't think I don't think so. The
Then I think
um
this would be an advice to our friends out there. It seems our main friends are feeding us with fake information. So when I heard this, I told them that they should hold on. I'll just come to Fred and then confirm. Just as I
That
was very busy
no,
yesterday.
there's nothing to be. I don't
Hmm.
think that is even. You see, the US has always been a
Hmm.
good steady destination for a lot of Ghanaians. Not even today, for a very
Yep.
long time. To
Yes.
be honest with you, we myself came to meet some people who were already studying. It's not as if we are the first people to study abroad. Though.
No.
Yeah, do you know? Like interestingly, Baumia, he was teaching at Baylor University in Texas.
Really?
Yeah, he was a professor at Baylor University in Texas.
Wow.
It's not today that the current vice president, she had her master's and PhD in Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not the first time. It's as if some of us are bringing like this study abroad thing to life, but people have been studying abroad long ago. If
Exactly.
you take Parliament, most of the ministers, so it has been people have been studying in the US and Ghanaians have been last year about I think 6,000 graduate students were in the US. It increased to 9,000 in 2024. So like people have been doing it. And normally, when people get their visa approved, they don't post on their WhatsApp status. So you only hear the negativity.
Exactly.
uh So there's nothing to fear about Lexus. You control what you can control. What can you control? You practicing to go for the interview. You preparing for your visa interview. The admission you have, your I-20, the service fee you have to pay, the visa application fee, the dates
Mhm.
that you have to be checking. Control what you can control and leave what is outside your control. Everything will be
Exactly.
fine.
As I say, take
All
life as
right,
a
thank
gift.
you,
As
Fred.
long as you can
Yeah.
do all of that, don't worry about what others will say. Just
Yeah.
go for
Obviously.
the interview. If you get rejected, get rejected. You go again. You
Yeah.
get stuck. What did you do wrong? You work on it. That's just how life goes. Don't be so hard on
we
yourself.
we beg the mainstream media back home and also people who have some platforms to stop spreading negative news. If you are listening to us right now, the best place is that you follow the social media handle of the embassy. Whenever there is any information, they'll put it out there. Also, the university you're going to, if there is any information, they will definitely share it. People, you see, like I said, nobody gets the visa and they go and post on their WhatsApp status. Oh. No, you only hear the negative side, but there are positive things going on. Anyway, Alexis, thanks for joining. I don't know if we can still have Mr. Bochi. Mr. Bochi, your network is not networking. No.
At
What's
all.
happening?
It's not
Let's
that
try again.
stable. So I sent a text. I don't know whether it's okay now.
Yeah, we can. Okay, then we will check the message and then see if we can respond to you, Mr. Bochi. Thank you so much. Fatia, let's wrap up. And I appreciate your time. I appreciate how intelligent you are as a lady and the opportunity to have a conversation with you now. I'm sure the next conversation we are going to have will be some big woman somewhere. Then I'll bring
Amen.
my microphone. Uh,
Amen. No.
you know, yeah. So, final words to anyone who tuned in today. Your social media handles again, and then we wrap up.
Okay, guys. So you can find me on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. It's Fatia Abdullah. And my final words, first of all, hold God dearly to your heart. He's everything. If you leave like everything up to him and you do what you have to do, you'll be fine. Just
Yeah.
put in the effort. What's it called? Take advice from people. Be humble enough. I use that word a lot. Be humble enough. Like go down, because I've seen lots of people that are like all over the top. They don't want to listen. They want to make things so difficult for themselves. It's not gonna work out. So like be very, very humble. Take info from people. Do your research. It's very, very necessary. When you go somewhere without having prior knowledge, you're gonna look stuck all the time. Don't put yourself in a cave. Explore. Coming here has helped me in so many ways. Try that study abroad journey. If you try so many times, like my friend who has tried 3 times, is not making it to the USA. Try somewhere else. There are so many avenues. You can learn from somewhere else. Don't focus on one little thing. There's a bigger picture out there.
Yeah.
So learn from others. Be humble and keep God first. That's all I have to say.
Right. It's been a great conversation. I appreciate you for coming through, Fatia, and we'll keep in touch.
For having
We'll
me.
definitely, yeah, awesome. All right. Eva, guys, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well, please. How are you?
Yeah, so if Agas is new to you, he's one of the gurus when it comes to study abroad, and he's having a mentorship program. You know, people really need help on which schools to apply to, what programs to select, how to even go about their documents and all that. And I'm glad that you have a mentorship program where you are guiding people to, you know, work on this study abroad. So I wanted you to briefly talk about that and how people can sign up and all that.
Yeah, thank you
Can
very
you
much.
put your camera a little bit? If you put, I'm short, but now I'm taller than you. Now that
Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity, the Fred Effect. We really are very grateful for this great opportunity. Yeah, so with the mentorship program, something that I've decided to do every year. Last year I did it, and it went successful.
yeah.
I've had a couple of feedbacks from people where some of them were able to secure admissions and even funding from some universities in the United States.
Okay.
So this is going to be a 2 weeks program starting from July 1st to July 14th of this
Okay.
year. So, what people are to expect is that we are going to show you how to apply to study abroad, how
Okay.
to go through the process all by yourself. So there is something I call DIY, which is the do it yourself. We are going to teach you how to fish. And sometimes people want to study abroad. They have the ambitions, they have the desires, but they don't know how to start. They don't know how to go about this whole process. Some people even believe that it's overrated, it's not true, it's a
Yeah.
fallacy, there are
Yeah.
fantasies and all of that.
Yeah.
But there's an opportunity for us to let you know that it is possible, it is doable, and you just need the right guidance, you just need the right people to show you the way so that you'll be able to also make it here and study in your dream country or in your dream university. So, some of the things that people are to expect is the fact that we'll show you how to gather your documents, how to secure a scholarship. We'll show you types of graduate assistantships that we have in the United States. We'll
Mhm.
show you how to go about your recommendation letters. We'll show you how to write your statement of purpose and academic CV. These are the two most powerful things if you want to study abroad that you always have to pay attention to. We'll also show you how to search for schools, how to tailor your academic CV. I've said that already. GPA requirements, how to send code emails, and
Mhm.
also how to ask for free application fee waivers that sometimes I know people complain because, oh, I don't have money to pay for application fees and
Yeah.
all of that. But at this mentorship program, we are going to show you how sometimes you can send code emails to faculties or to program coordinators to ask them for application waivers. And yeah, it is possible. I did that and it worked for me. So that is what the program is going to entail. So if you want to be part of this program, you just want to reach out to the number that you are seeing on the screen or the number you are seeing on the flyer, and also that of my email, evansasante711 at gmail.com. And once you reach out, we'll show you the next steps for you to be added to a private WhatsApp page that I've created specifically for this process. And one last thing, it's not free, but when you reach out, I'm going to show you the next steps, and it's very affordable for anyone who wants to be part of this year's mentorship program.
Right. I'm very impressed with this because once you have been through a process, have been experienced, having the opportunity to assist people, certain things that others, if they get to know, will help with their process. So I'm glad you came up with this mentorship program. Who qualifies to join?
Anyone. So those that want to study abroad from, like, sometimes people want to come here, transfer, or maybe come here as undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the times what I do for the most part is that I focus on graduate school, because that is what I did, and that is what was quite easier for me. But for some time now, we've been able to get ourselves abreast and acquainted with how to help people to apply through the undergrad level. So if you are done with your WASI results are in and you want to study abroad, come here, college, your university. Or if you are also done with college, you want to study like at the master's or at the PhD level, anybody at all can reach out for us to be able to be of great help to them.
Are you only concentrating on Ghanaians? Can other nationals join?
Other nationals. Last year, I had people from, I think, Nigeria joined, and some people too from South Africa and Kenya. So everywhere, anywhere you are, even outside the jurisdictions of Ghana, any other country, once you qualify as an international student, you want to study in the United States, you can reach out.
What do I have to get? Do I have to get some documents before I join, or how does that go?
Yeah, so normally I do it in July because I prep people around that time for them to be able to, face it for the time that most of the universities in the United States open their application portals.
Right.
So I think for the most part, if you have no idea how these things work, it's fine, you can come. But also, if you are someone who has maybe done your research already about this whole process, then you might know what goes into it. So maybe you have a sample of your academic CV, you have a sample of maybe your statement of purpose, because 2 days before the end of the mentorship, what I do is sometimes last year and this year too, I'll be doing it. I have the opportunity to let all the people that I'll be coaching send their sample statement of purpose and the academic CVs for me to review it personally for them. So I think those are the two major things that they should get. One is for you to have a sample of a statement of purpose written, and also have a sample of your academic CV written, and I'll help you go through some of these steps.
Awesome. And before you go, somebody has this question, and I'll be glad if you could respond to it. He said the question has been living rent free in his head. He's saying that, please, is it always the case that you must continue with your undergraduate degree? Let's say you had your undergraduate degree in communication. Do you have to do your master's, or do you still have to continue with the communication, or you can switch to a different field? Can you respond to this, please?
It's a different, a lot of question the person is asking in just this single question.
Yeah.
So I think if you did undergrad in Ghana and you still want to come and do undergrad here, it's still possible. You get the point. So I know people who did masters and they came to do a second masters in the United States. So it shouldn't be a hindrance. It is very possible. It is very doable. And also, you talking about the switch, it is very possible. Sometimes I tell people, what is the course you want to leverage on and come here? If you think a particular course is not helping you to come here easily, think about other courses that you think you'll be able to pursue here that will make your coming here easier. So that when you come here, if you want to make the switch whilst you are in the United States, it's more easier here in the United States as compared to you being in your home country and trying to, talk about some of these switches and some of these changes. So I'll say it's very possible. Undergrad, you can come and do second undergrad. Masters, you can come and do second masters, and you can always do a switch as well.
Right. And before you go, I know you've been on the platform before, but maybe there are some new people watching us. Talk to us about your social media platforms and all that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so my name is Evans Asante Japan, and that is where my Ivagas is coming from, just the two initials in my names. So at the end of the day, if you want to follow me for more educational content, you can follow me on LinkedIn, Evans Asante Japan, the full name. Now on YouTube is Ivagas Online. I have two main accounts. Once you type Ivagas online on YouTube, I'm going to pop up for you to see my account.
Yeah.
When you go to Facebook, I also have Ivagas TV. You can follow me there. Then when you go to TikTok, it's also Ivagas online graduate school application. So these are the social media handles that I have at the moment.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you very much, Mr. Fred. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So if you are preparing for a visa interview, remember the Fred Effect team has a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former visa officers. These were people who used to work with the U.S. government, and now they are retired. Using the time they have to support and the knowledge they've acquired working as visa officers. To support you to go through your visa interview. So people get denied because of the misinformation in their DS-160. Get a former visa officer to go through that for you. If you have an opportunity to have a one-on-one session with a former visa officer, it would build your confidence and it will very well prepare you having a strategy to approach the visa interview. Use the link I'm sharing on the screen to schedule a one-on-one session with Argo Visa. This has been the Steady Abroad podcast. I had Fatia on. Fatia is studying at an undergraduate program in nursing and originally from Ghana, and she shared her journey with us. I had Philip passing through with the PNF contest, and then Ivagas passing through with the the mentorship program that he's also organizing. The name has been the Fred Effect. Remember, this is the biggest Steady Abroad content platform, and there's a lot of things we can talk about, but the focus has always been being positive and focusing on positivity. We believe that whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever your academic or financial situation is, there is a university abroad you can apply to. Somebody said, so if you are not getting a school to apply to, it's because you're applying to the ones that require something you don't have. There are schools that do not charge any application fee. If you don't have money to pay, those schools are there to apply. There are schools that require $100 application fee. It means that you have to have that to afford. There are schools that require 3.5 CGPA or above. If your CGPA is not up to, there are schools that will take your CGPA. If you are from Bole Bamboy and then you can't write JRE, you don't have to fail. There are schools that would accept you. The only challenge is that you want the schools that would require JRE, but you don't want to write JRE. It doesn't work like that. So there's a school for everyone, notwithstanding your situation. What you have to do is to look for what suits you best, and then you apply to it. The name has been the Fred Effect, and please be positive and know that everything will be fine. Thank you for tuning in. Next week will come your way. We did it on Sunday today because of our guest required that, but next week is going to be on a Saturday. I will see you next week. Please be positive. Everything will be fine.